To hockey here, once again, aka the average hockey fan, and Nick Suzuki is absolutely on fire. Not just tearing up the OHL, but leading the entire CHL in points. He's in the currently tied with the Guelph Storm are tied with Ottawa 2-2 in the finals of the OHL. And I had something written about Nick Suzuki. This guy deserves to be talked about again. I know I recently made a video about him just over a week ago, but I had to make another one because this kid is on fire, and I really hope the Guelph Storm win it all. We'll see what happens. I don't want to say jinx it and pick a winner in the series, but I really hope Guelph goes all the way and Suzuki takes home that championship. Really nice to see. So as for Nick Suzuki, I had written down, Nick Suzuki is doing it all in Guelph, and he's doing it with class and elite skill. Suzuki recently won his third straight William Hanley Award for the most sportsmanlike player in the OHL. So that's 3 straight for Suzuki right there. He is tearing up the OHL final with 3 points in Game 4, where Guelph tied the series 2-2 with Ottawa. Suzuki set a Storm franchise record with his 36 points of the playoffs. He tacked on 2 more in that game and now has 38. This kid is phenomenal. His smooth, crisp passing ability to cycle the puck and accurate shot make him one hell of an offensive threat, but he can do it on both ends because this kid is now killing penalties, throwing his body around, which is kind of new for Suzuki and exciting as a fan to see, and his chemistry with line mates Mackenzie Entwistle and Isaac Radcliffe had made them a dominant force this series. Their size, skill, speed has wore down the opposing team, and the Guelph Storms now seems to have the upper hand. All in all, this kid is a dynamo, and his stock would have been even higher if he had been in the draft this year. If he had been in the draft this year, in my opinion, he would go top 5, top 10, leading the entire CHL, not just the OHL, the entire CHL between the WHL, the OHL, and the QMJHL. He's leading all those series. Out of all the leaders in all those series, he has the most points of any. And I believe Joel Teasdale, another Montreal Canadiens prospect, is right behind him at second. And I believe he's in the QMJHL. So as for Habs prospects, it's looking really good. But if Suzuki was in this draft, I'm telling you right now, he's going top 5. Maybe not top 5, because the top 5 is really good with like Bowen Byram and Jack Hughes and Kakko, Bod Colson, guys like that, but he'd definitely go top 10 if he was in this year's draft. But as for Suzuki, what a phenomenal young player. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him, and I never even finished what I had written down. I got a bit excited there, guys. I wrote down, this kid is a dynamo. His stock would have went even higher in this year's draft as opposed to last year's draft. What a promising looking prospect that we got in the Vegas trade. He came over in the Vegas trade as a top tier prospect. Now he's a top tier blue check prospect that other teams would love to have. I know only time will tell, and he may need a year more of development in Laval, but this kid is going to be our future franchise superstar, in my opinion. Now, as far as our prospects go, I know we have Caden Premu, I know we have Ryan Poehling, but what I see from Nick Suzuki, I like the best. This kid definitely looks like our future top 6 winger. I don't think he's going to be a center in the NHL. He's excellent on the power play. He generates power play points. He's excellent at cycling the puck. He can go behind the net, flick out really nice, smooth, crisp passes. He can deke players out. The only thing he really needs to work on is his speed a little bit. He's not the fastest player. He doesn't look very big, but lately in this playoffs, especially with his big line, he's been playing like a bigger player, and his defense looks really good. He's been killing penalties for Guelph. He's been hitting, which is something new for Suzuki. He's not the most physical player, but in this series, when you watch him play, he is laying the body on players, and he's had some really dynamic highlight reel goals. The spinorama against Saginaw, the beautiful cross-ice pass to Radcliffe in this series. Like, the kid is on fire. Anyways, guys, as a Habs fan, it's truly exciting to see this prospect playing as good as he is. Go check out his playoffs, go check out his highlights, and go on Google, go on YouTube, whatever you got to do. Look at some articles, watch some videos about the kid. He's absolutely on fire. What the scouts are saying, what the experts are saying, what the analysts are saying. This kid is a blue chip prospect, and he should come in the NHL, if not the AHL next year, as a future superstar for the Montreal Canadiens. Only time will tell. Nothing's ever set in stone, but when you got a kid that's got skill like that, it's kind of undeniable, and he's like made to play in this league. The way the league is now, you don't have to be a huge player to dominate in the league, and I really think Suzuki can do it. Anyways, guys, this is Scotty to Hockey, aka the average hockey fan. I know I'm a bit more excited than usual in this video, a bit more amped up, but I absolutely am pumped about Suzuki. He's honestly my #1 prospect, my favorite prospect. I know Poehling had a hat-trick in his debut, and I'm not just jumping on a Suzuki hype train. He's been my favorite prospect for a while. Suzuki is a beast. Him and Poehling are neck and neck for our #1 prospect, and Premu is an elite goalie. He's excellent too. The Habs have gems of prospects. Romanov, Premu, Suzuki, Brooks, Paling, the list goes on, guys. Kale, Fleury, like, even like guys that we just picked up, like Leskinen. The Habs look so good. It's day and night from what it was this time last year. This time last year, the cupboards were bare. The coaching staff looked grim. The future looked grim. Everything looks great. The only thing I would like to see Montreal do now, add a left-handed D, add a little bit of something to help the power play, and may even be Suzuki, and get a different power play coach. I'm not saying fire Kirk Muller. Maybe put Dominic Ducharme in there in his place and let him run the power play. We'll see what the Habs do there. But anyways, guys, Scotty to Hockey, a.k.a. The Average Hockey Fan. Enjoy your day, folks. Over and out.